arrest, Napa County DA's office refuses to release body cam footage during investigation. Paul Pelosi, 82, was arrested for a DUI on May 29th by California Highway Patrol. The Napa County District Attorney's Office has determined it will not release any dash or body camera footage from Paul Pelosi's DUI arrest right now because it could jeopardize the ongoing investigation, according to the California Highway Patrol CHP. The Public Records Unit PRU has determined the department possesses records responsive to your request, CHP told Fox News Digital in a letter in a response to a California Public Records Act request last week. However, the Napa County District Attorney's Office has advised the release of records would jeopardize an ongoing investigation. As such, records are being withheld pursuant to Government Code Section 6254F. Pelosi, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband, was arrested in California for DUI on May 29. No decision has been made on whether he will face criminal charges. Napa County District Attorney Allison Haley announced Thursday that Pelosi agreed to a court date of August 3rd at 8:30 a.m. in Napa County Superior Court. If criminal charges are filed, he will be arraigned at that time. The 82-year-old was booked into the Napa County Department of Corrections, cited and released. The case is currently under review to decide what, if any, charges will be filed against Mr. Pelosi, Haley said. This is standard protocol for any DUI case that is referred by a law enforcement agency in Napa County.
So you heard it from the disembodied voice. They have the information. They have the body cam footage. They have the mugshot. They have the arrest report. But they're not going to release it because it might jeopardize the case. Really? Then think about how all the J6 people, how they released the body cam footage. They released all this video evidence. They released all this eyewitness accounts. They released metadata, cell phone data, the mugshot, the arrest report. But that's not going to jeopardize their case. But they're not going to release this guy's because it'll jeopardize the case. Because that's how DUIs work, right? Because they never released. We already seen the arrest report. It's out there. It's the kind of police blotter. It kind of shows you the infraction that he committed, and basically that's what is shown just in that little snippet. It's about this big, about that wide. But they're not going to release it. You know why they're not going to release it. If it was any one of us, they would have released it already, especially if we were on the radar of the government or on the radar of the far left. Of course they would have released it. But they haven't yet. Why? Because he's Paul Pelosi. He's Nancy Pelosi's husband. That's the only reason they're not releasing it. They're going to have to release it eventually, but they're just not going to release it now? That doesn't make sense. You see, there's also a second party to this incident, the guy he hit. Paul Pelosi took his 2021 Porsche, slammed it into a 2014 Jeep Cherokee. What happened to that guy? Why isn't the media going after him? Why isn't it going to his door? Well, I can presuppose some, information such as, I guarantee you that lawyers or some government agents went to him and said, hey, just shut your mouth. We'll pay you off. Just don't say anything. Say you have no comment, blah, blah, blah. That is even if the news media has gone after this guy. When I say gone after, I mean try to investigate a story such as this. You would think that she's the third most powerful person in government right now in the country. You would think that our news media would find it pertinent to go to say search after this guy because his name's already public. I'm not going to say it, but you can find it. His name is public. You can find him. You can ask him some questions. Hey, what's going on here? And he may or may not answer. He also may say, I had my lawyers say not to say anything, and that would be perfectly fine because he's smart and he lawyered up. And he should lawyer up. He should sue the ever-loving shinola out of Paul Pelosi and Nancy Pelosi. He should. I don't know what he's going to do, but you would think that the news media would find this a pertinent story. Something that they could sell clicks in newspapers or whatever the hell they sell now. But they're not. I've searched far and wide for this. I kind of know where the guy, resides in a general 100-mile radius. I mean, there's not many people with his last name, kind of are, but the point is that no one in the news media is even interested in going after this story at all? No? CBS, NBC, ABC, CNN, MSNBC, Mother Jones. You would think that holding truth to power, even the WAPO, Washington Post, democracy dies in the dark, except, if it's Nancy Pelosi's husband, then we're not going to, we don't care. We're just going to sit back and watch it and let the legal system churn out. Oh, really? That's just an update. You know where this is going to end. I said it in my video last night. More than likely, in my opinion, he's going to walk away with this without a scratch. Nothing's going to happen to him. He'll settle out. The records will be eventually expunged after 6-7 years. The guy's 82 years old. I mean, let's face it, he don't have much time on this earth. You know what I mean? Especially their drinking habits, if you know what I mean, because this is his second DUI, perhaps, allegedly. I know he allegedly whacked his brother accidentally, allegedly. So this just goes to show you that if you have power, if you have clout, if you have money, you can get out of these situations like this. But if you don't, if you're like me, if you're like you out there in Lazaland, you're pretty much hosed, and you are pretty much going to jail. Like that one, I think Rascal Flatts drummer or guitarist, he's going to jail. He didn't kill anybody, but he's going to jail for a DUI. Does Paul Pelosi ever see any time in jail? Will you see any time of community service? Will you see anything other than a fine or paying for that guy's 2014 Jeep Cherokee for the damage is done? No, it's not. This goes to show you that there are some people out there in this country are more equal than all of us put together.